Hello, everybody. Welcome to Expression Pass here on Buzzpush Network. I'm your host, the Lights Excited ADV. Joining me is the one and the only Buzzman himself, it's Corey Dirrig. Hello, good sir.
Hello, Edward. How are you?
I am doing fine. It's probably about time, guys. Probably by the time you guys see this, there's a Nintendo Direct that may or may not have happened. So we're gonna kind of talk about. Is it too early to have a Nintendo Direct, or
it's never too early, Ed?
Or do you think that we should wait to like September or pretty much September for a Nintendo Direct?
Oh, I mean, I think there needs to be one soon-ish. I mean, it's July, right? I mean, I think that we got to start knowing when some of these games are coming out, right? Like the only other game we really know is the release dates are Donkey Kong, which will be out by the time this comes out on free feeds. The Mario Party TV Jamboree TV stuff, which is the Switch 2 upgrade for Mario Party Jamboree, and Kirby and the Forgotten Lands. Those are the only three games we really. Oh, and Dragon Drive is coming out in August, right? So we really only know the release date for those. Well, I guess Pokemon has an October release date, but there are games that we don't know the release date for, right? Like Metroid Prime 4, we definitely don't know, right? What is the holiday game? What else is coming? And I kind of am looking at the coming soon thing on the eShop right now, and it's like pretty barren in terms of Nintendo specifically. So I think they want to at least get like, hey, here's what's coming out in the fall. Here's what's coming early next year. We want to tease out some games that are coming because we know you're waiting on stuff from us. And, I mean, the thing with Switch 2, though, is like we have third-party stuff coming, a lot of third-party stuff coming. Like, the Daemon X Machina sequel's coming, the Final Fantasy Tactics is coming, Final Fantasy 7's coming, but we don't know when, right? Like, we need dates for all that kind of stuff too. That Shinobi and Ninja Gaiden 2D games are both coming. We still don't know if Microsoft is going to support this thing in any capacity. So if they have something that they want to put on the console, like Grounded 2 is coming out soon, like maybe they want to get that out because Grounded 1 did really well on the Switch.
Because I'm assuming they're skipping Call of Duty this year for Switch. It's starting for next year.
I wouldn't put it. I don't think so. Well, I mean, even if they are, right? Like, will Gears E-Day come out, or Gears Reloaded come out? Will Helldivers 2 come to the platform, which are two of the biggest rumors right now? Right now that Helldivers 2 is coming to Xbox, like, obviously Switch 2 rumors have started, 30 seconds after that announcement was made. But we still don't know release dates for like the biggest titles. Like Final Fantasy 7 is kind of the big one I would expect them to want. And then if Square Enix ends up putting anything else out on Switch 2, like, I think people automatically think that 16 is coming.
So they think Final Fantasy 9 is going to remake.
That too. Like, is 9 going to be announced at a Nintendo Direct? Because I don't know. It could be. I would love a nice Final Fantasy 9 remake announcement soon. There's just a lot.
I would want to know 8, not 9.
They already did a 8 remaster like 2 years ago.
But a remake of it.
Nobody's going to remake 8. Nobody likes 8 as much as us. Also, I mean, I would like an 8 remake for the simple fact that, I don't know, maybe you would be encouraged to play it instead of blowing through it, right? Because that's like the whole thing with the junction system is like the longer you play it, the harder the game gets, right? That's like the whole thing. Which is like completely backwards to how RPGs are supposed to work, in my opinion.
Which I think that whole thing would get overhauled.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know if the junction system would even exist. like, and they might call something the junction system, but it won't be the junction system. You know what I mean? So,
Right.
But I mean, also like people want to know release dates for things like Elden Ring and the Dusk Bloods, right? Like those are two really high profile games coming to Switch 2.
Mm-hmm.
Hyrule Warriors, we still don't know a release date for. Age of Imprisonment is something a lot of people are looking forward to. So there's still a lot that we don't know. And so I don't think you want to wait till September to announce all that, especially with Final Fantasy 7, Elden Ring, and Hyrule Warriors all on the docket of like these are three major games that are supposed to come out this year and don't
Right.
have release dates.
And September and October are already packed with a ton of games.
They are. I mean, even August is packed for Switch, right? Like, I mean, you have like Demon Slayer 2, which I know a lot of anime fans are excited for. Uh, Greatest Origins, which I'm sure you're excited for. I mean, Madden is coming to the Switch this year. Story of Seasons, Grand Bazaar is coming. This is just August. Kirby and the Forgotten Land plus Starcross World is coming. Shinobi is coming. So there's like a lot. I mean, even July has a lot of decent games coming out, right? That has Tony Hawk, right, which is out by the time you hear this. Donkey Kong is out. Let's see what else is here. Neverwinter Nights 2 is coming out, which will be out by the time everybody hears this. I'm just kind of going through all the coming soon stuff here. Shadow Labyrinth is coming out, which is an interesting thing. Monument Valley 3 is coming to Switch at that time. WWE 2K25 is coming out in July. Mario Party Jamboree is coming out in July. Wild Hearts S is coming out in July. No Sleep for Konami is coming out in July. That AI Somnium Files game sequel. Tales of the Shire is coming out in July, which people are really excited for. A Lord of the Rings style Animal Crossing. Ninja Gaiden Rage Bound's coming out in July. There's so much coming out in July that it's like, you know. And then once you hit August, you have Demon Slayer, Madden, Dragon Drive, Story of Seasons, Kirby, Shinobi. In September, you have Daemon X Machina, that cool Terminator 2D game that looks really interesting. Everybody's Golf is coming out in July or in September, which I'm really excited for. I know you're really excited for Bratz Rhythm and Style, Ed.
Oh no.
So like that's just the next 3 months, but you need to get things out there past the next 3 months. The only thing listed after September is Metroid Prime 4. You need to get more stuff out there, right?
Right.
So I don't know.
Because I'm like we don't know the shadow drops yet. We're all waiting to see if we're going to get that Metroid Prime 2 and 3.
Yeah, plus you need to get some exciting titles on the GameCube, NSO. I'm sure there's more N64 and Super Nintendo games you want to get out. Right. I'm sure you have obligations to third parties to get information out there. So like my opinion is if it does happen this week, it's a weird choice to do before Donkey Kong, but also maybe you want to open it with a new segment for Donkey Kong and remind people that it's coming out. So maybe that isn't the dumbest idea. So yeah, I don't know. There's just a lot that we could be seeing soon, and I would like to see soon because I it's been a month since the Switch 2 launched, right? And I kind of have been thinking about it a lot the last week or so. It's like I'm still kind of like underwhelmed with the launch. Like Mario Kart is a great game, but I'm not like itching to play my Switch 2 every day, right?
Right.
Which kind of sucks because I want to play it. I mean, I'm playing Final Fantasy 7 on it right now, the original, and it's like okay. I could have played that on 12 different consoles by now.
Yeah.
So I would love to see something soon, specifically things to look forward to in the next 6 to 18 months, right? Like a tease of things. Also, like, I don't know, is Persona 4 remake or what are they calling it? Re something? The Persona 4 remake, is it coming over? Is Metaphor coming over? Like, we don't know what Sega has in play or Atlas has in store for this thing either.
Exactly.
And that was like one of the biggest rumors was like, Metaphor and Persona 3 Reload are coming over. Where like they were supposed to, the big rumor for a long time was they were going to be launch titles. And obviously they weren't. And I hope Sega isn't hesitant because of the low sales of Yakuza 0, right? Like, but I don't know. I feel like Yakuza 0 would be a weird one for them to like, oh, it's not worth putting our games on Switch 2, right? Because that game's been out for 20 years.
Right. But I think they will. I think if they put like Yakuza 7 and Like a Dragon, I should say, for Like a Dragon's and Infinite Wealth,
If I was
Like a Dragon.
right, but if I were these companies, I would just like, I wouldn't care. I mean, I would care how well they sold, but I would just want to make sure my games are on the platform anyway, regardless, right? Like
Yes.
Steam almost. Like, I just want to make sure my back catalog, my back library of older games are just available everywhere, regardless. Um, just so people have the option to play it on the platform. So like, bring all the Yakuza games over, bring the Judgment games over, bring
Yes.
all of the Persona games over. Well, I guess they kind of are already, but bring those titles over, bring Metaphor over, bring I guess Catherine's already over too. I keep forgetting that this thing is backwards compatible with Switch 1. But even someone like Capcom, like, bring all the Resident Evil games over, bring the remakes over, bring Monster Hunter over in some capacity. And also, like, if your game was on Switch 1, if you're a third party game on Switch 1, like, give us that $10 upgrade option for Doom, or the way that Hogwarts Legacy did. I think that was so smart to do that. And I think Hogwarts Legacy is an incredible game. I love that this version is on Switch 2. A game I will definitely be getting back to at some point on the Switch 2 specifically.
Digital Foundry just did their review about it.
Yeah. I mean, even you watch the developer thing on Nintendo's YouTube channel, right? Like, when they announced that, it was like, you can just upgrade if you own it already. It's like, oh, so cool. I'm so glad. Because like, even though the Switch version was very competent, it was a pared down version for sure.
Yes.
Right. So just being able to get like the quote unquote real version of that game on the Switch 2 was such a nice upgrade. And I would love to see, even if you bought like cloud versions of those games, like of the games on Switch 1, like, if they brought Control, the Ultimate Edition, over, like, and if you bought the cloud version, allow Switch 2 people to upgrade it for $10 or $20. Like, I think you could probably get away with charging a little bit more since it was the cloud version and you're now paying for a local version, but
right.
I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of third party things that could be moved over, and even if they aren't expecting to sell a ton of units, like, bring your library over and just let people have the option, and that's the big thing for me now, is like, where am I going to be able to play my full library of games now? Especially because, like, obviously on Nintendo Power Block recently, we talked about the Xbox layoffs and, how Nintendo kind of came out and didn't really say anything about those layoffs specifically, but how they view culture and their development kind of cycles and everything. And, it just, the way PlayStation has kind of fumbled their game as a service initiative, and have kind of wasted this generation in terms of first party games, in my opinion, at least at this point. Uh, aside from like Insomniac, which is pumping out games left and right. Um,
Right,
and
they're the
X,
only ones that's like really taking advantage of the PlayStation 5.
yeah, and then you look at the Xbox side of things. As much as I love Xbox as a platform, like what are they like? What are they doing? You, me, and Stephanie were talking about how every time they do something really cool or great or make some awesome announcement, they find the rakes to step on, and it's like, so, and
2 steps
uh,
forward, 2 steps back.
it just seems like Nintendo and Steam are like the only two platform holders that have any sort of stability whatsoever.
Yeah.
And so like I think between the consoles kind of just fudging up this whole entire generation and the growing want for handheld gaming in terms of like the Steam Deck or the ROG Ally or the Nintendo Switch 2, like you better make your games available everywhere, like
Yeah.
and it's so funny, games are still not coming to Xbox, like smaller games. I was looking for something because I was like building out my wish list for Xbox this week,
Yeah.
just to like, okay, I would really like to have some more games. Like, I don't have any games on my wish list. I should probably just have them so like when they go on sale, I'll get notified or whatever. There are still games that I want to play that are not on Xbox and are on Nintendo Switch 1.
Wow.
Like, how are they on Switch 1 and not the Xbox Series X? And they're not like massive games. I forget what the game I was looking for was at one point, but it was like, this game is on Switch. Like, I wanted to play it on Xbox because it makes more sense here. But if I can't get it here, and I don't really play games on my PlayStation all that much. Like, where am I going to be able to play these games? So, I don't know. I feel
Exactly.
like I've been rambling and running with this uh, conversation. I just think that these companies should like invest in putting, all of their games or most of the games that they know will sell at least a few like couple 100,000 copies at least over. Um, I mean, I think of like Yakuza specifically, or
Mm.
um, some of Microsoft's things specifically, or Bethesda. Like, put the Oblivion remaster up there. Who cares? Or South of Midnight, or uh, you know, Expedition 33, which I know we kind of talked about already, but like, it's just like a lot of these games should just be available. Be available.
And well, it kind of depends if they have development kits too. Uh,
I mean,
I
yeah,
think.
but companies like Sega have development kits. They have 3 games on the
Oh yeah,
platform already. You know,
shoot, Sega probably have more than 3 development kits.
I mean, but that's like my point though, right? Is like they clearly have dev kits, like, and I know obviously the system has only been out for a month. I get it, right? They're not going to have everything
Yeah.
available at once, but like, I think like over time, you should definitely start making sure. Ooh, Tactics Ogre Reborn is on sale.
Ooh.
Um, make your games available and let people play them where they want to play them, obviously. And
Mm-hmm.
like, if your ecosystem is Nintendo, make it available on Nintendo, right? Um, especially like the Japanese kind of centric games. I'm thinking like Capcom, Konami, Bandai
Yeah.
Namco, Sega, Atlas, um, Tecmo Koei, or Koei Tecmo, whatever they're called today. Um, and like, there's even been some rumors floating around that like Kojima loves the Switch 2 and wants to put Death Stranding 1 on the Switch 2 at least before Death Stranding 2,
That's
right?
that's what everybody's been hoping for. They've been saying, okay, now with Death Stranding 2 coming out, can we get Death Stranding 1? It's on PlayStation, it's on Xbox, it's on Steam.
Mm-hmm.
Switch 2, if it has the power to do it, it needs to be on the system for a game
Yeah,
that some people did not understand what it was about.
Yeah, and even like you know Metal Gear is on Switch One, right? Like all those games. And there's another before I brought up Kojima. There's another thing I was going to bring up, but I kind of. But like even PlayStation, right? We're looking at PlayStation bringing their games, some of their older IP over, or newer
Mm-hmm.
games in older IP or smaller IP at least, right? Like, Hot Shots Golf is coming, Patapon is coming. Like, I'm really excited for Hot Shots Golf, and the fact that I can play it on Switch 2 and don't have to play Mario Golf anymore,
That was just a surprising announcement.
like and I I wouldn't be like we were talking about how Helldivers is coming to Xbox now, right? Like that's
Mm-hmm.
Helldivers 2. Like I almost wonder how that would do on Switch 2. Aside from the fact that I don't know how much better Switch 2's online stuff is versus Switch 1, but like you know why not? Why not experiment with something like that? I don't think Sony loses anything
Mm-hmm.
really, right? From being
Yes.
because they are a platform holder. Like Helldivers is by the time it comes to Xbox, it's going to be 18 months old. It's a second party game. Sony owns the IP, but Arrowhead is a second party studio.
Mm-hmm.
It's not one of their flagship IPs like Horizon or God of War or Uncharted, right? So why not? I think Sony is definitely moving in that direction. Clearly, they just aren't as uh loud and non-communicative as Xbox has been, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. I think get Medieval over here, get Ape Escape on Switch. Get I don't know what are some other get Concrete Genie, get you know what's the Team Eco games, get those over.
Team Eagle. Well, shoot, Team Eagles no more. So,
Well, they still have the games are still floating around out there.
oh yeah, that's
Just have
for
have
Sony.
Nixus
Yeah.
have Nixus port them over, right? Like get those games everywhere. Put Journey out on other platforms. Who cares, right? Like that
Mm-hmm.
seems like a no-brainer to me, especially now that we see they are clearly open to it. Um,
I mean, it just makes good business because people are seeing the rewards of putting their game on Switch too. And yeah, it's not big at this moment, but when we talked in a couple of weeks back that we talked about, future restocks of We Two, I mean We Two's of Switch twos, that means more games are going to be sold once more people pick them up, and especially with the on the indie side of things. It it really feels that Microsoft and Sony is making Nintendo the worldwide, you know, gaming platform, a universal platform in a sense,
mhm.
between those companies. So,
Yeah, and yeah, it's just I think a lot of Switch 2 has just been kind of unknown for a little while, right? And
hmm
now that the console's been out for a month, some of these studios that may or may not have had access to dev kits can now kind of open it up and see like, okay, here's what we can do, here's what's possible, here's maybe a strategy we should probably use, right? I get that there's marketing
hmm
strategies and risk reward style kind of let's port this over type things, and obviously like Ubisoft is another one that I'm like, man, just get like, you know, put Rayman Origins out there, put because I mean we have Legends obviously, but like Origins isn't
hmm
over there, or I don't know, put all them dumb Splinter Cell games over. Who cares? Put Ghost Recon, get me, Assassin's Creed, right? Like put
the good money.
put all of the Assassin's Creeds on here, right? And obviously we're getting Shadows, it
Shadow
looks like, and we're getting the Star Wars game, right? The one I always forget the name of, but
Outlaws.
yeah, um, Lady Solo. You know, we're obviously getting that. And I think Ubisoft games, the way they're built, and the, you know, like they are the kind of, let's find a tower and open up the region and do the things within this region, is clearly built for like a Switch style handheld play at this point, right? Like,
Right.
oh, there's a checklist here. I can do these 2 or 3 things and then turn off my system. I can play for 10, 15, 20 minutes on the train and complete a couple missions, right? Like, those games are essentially built for this now. And,
Exactly.
you know, there are Assassin's Creed games I haven't played that I would love to, like, you know, hey, I'll play that here. You know, Unity and Syndicate specifically are the 2 that I have never played, right? Like, I played Rogue. I played 4 Rogue, and then I took a large break, right? Because I was like, oh, I heard Unity wasn't good, and, you know, I spent so much time in 4 and Rogue that I'm like, I'm kind of burnt out from Assassin's Creed, so I'm not going to play Syndicate, because I'm not going to play Syndicate because I haven't played Unity, and I heard Unity was bad, and I'm kind of burnt out, and I don't really feel like playing a bad one of these games. And then Origin changed the formula, right? So it's like,
exactly.
You know,
and we're over here trying to collect almost everything. Be like, dang, that bit.
Man, Odyssey though, man, what a gem of a game. Assassin's Creed Odyssey,
huge game.
It's the best. It's the best one, dude. I've put 115 hours into Odyssey. I still haven't started any of the DLC. I can't help it. When I open the map and there's a question mark there, I got to go to it, and then there's some people that want to talk, and then I do their quests, and then it ends up being in the area I just cleared out. So I'm kind of doubling up.
Yeah,
whatever. It's fine. I suck. We get it.
Oh no. Well, Corey, how about we wrap it up there?
No, I have words to say. Edward Varnell.
I know, but
Ed's tired. Everybody. Ed wants to go to bed.
We're gonna keep it short this week. We're gonna wait to see if we're gonna have a Nintendo Direct, and if we do, and we're available, we're gonna have a direct recap for it. So, hopefully that happens. With that, everybody, have a great week, have a great weekend, and we'll see you next time on Expansion Pass. Bye, everybody.
Goodbye. If you want to see how you can become a Patreon producer, head on over to patreon.com/BossRushNetwork. The Patreon producers for this month are Adriel Munger, Austin Campbell, Celeste Roberts, Sana Dirrig, Francisco Santillan, Matthew Keel, Retro Stoy, and Christian S. Thanks for your continued support of the Boss Rush Network.